And good afternoon. Another episode of Nick's Pinball Chronicles channel. I just got a little story I'd like to share. About a month or so ago, I answered a Facebook a tech question. This guy was having an issue with his Bally Riverboat Gambler. I'd never seen that game before. It's very rare. Not a lot of them are around. I have it on my virtual table, but I never actually played it. So his post was his right flipper stopped working. So I chatted with him back. I told him to check a couple of things. And I told him to send me a video of the issue that he's having. He sent it to me. He has no technical knowledge, he's not a tech guy. I don't think he's ever had that game open before. The only thing he's done to it was clean, so he had the glass off. But he's never had anything heavy. He's never had any heavy maintenance done to that game. He's owned it for 9 years. He's never had a problem with it. So his flipper stopped working. So I said, okay. I had to first I found out, because I asked him, where's the game? Because it looked like it was in some kind of tavern or something. He said, yeah, I'm in Ireland. I was like, whoa, that's cool. So he was in Ireland. His father's pub has the game in there, and he didn't have anybody else in the area that would look at it. So his father was holding the phone, and I was video chatting with him on Facebook Messenger how to open up his back box to get to the electronics, and to open up the playfield into the vertical maintenance position, to look at his cabinet switches, and to check the cabinet switches in diagnostics. He's never done that before. So I walked him through that, and he says, yeah, it looks like your flipper switch is bad. You probably want to order a new one, because it looks like it was pretty worn out. I mean, the game's over 30 years old. He's never had any cleaning or maintenance done to any of the switches. So I said, replace the right flipper switch and let me know how it goes, because he had to solder a new one on there, and it had a little filter capacitor on there too. So he took the old one out, put the new one in. Everything's cool. Soldered it in. Calls me back, says, yeah, it's still not working. So I was like, okay. I had to go on Internet Pinball Database to look at the wiring diagrams and the flipper circuit. So I told him to start looking at now this is a System 11C game. This is prior to DMD. This was a later version of the System 11s, and it had a alphanumeric score display, scrolling display, like Bride of Pinbot, Dr. Dude had the alphanumerics. Anyways, Riverboat Gambler has the alphanumerics. System 11C has what's called a backbox interface PC board with all the fuses for the flipper circuits. So I said, yeah, open up I showed him how to open up the box, take the glass off, and I asked him if he had a meter. He had a voltmeter. I said, you got to check the fuses, but you got to check them out of circuit. You can't check them while they're in the game. So I told him to make sure the game was off, pull one end of the fuse out of the fuse holder, and put an ohm meter on it, and let me know what you see. So his father's videoing, and I could see that there was a lot of corrosion on a little bit of corrosion on the fuse holders. So he goes to pull one end out of the fuse holder, and it just crumbles in his hand, the fuse. And I said, yep, there you go, that's your problem. So you have to make sure they're the right rating and the right amperage. Order some extra fuses now for your game. Clean up the fuse holder tabs and call me back. Let me know what you get. So about another week or so goes by, because he had to order the fuses. He didn't have any parts. I guess thankfully there's a local guy there who deals with pinball parts. So he puts the new fuses in, and lo and behold, boom, it works. I was like, cool, man. It was the fuses. So he has a whole new set of fuses in there, and he is a happy camper. But originally, even before the flipper switch, I noticed during the gameplay that something didn't look right. So I asked him how, again, he's had the game for 9 years. How many balls do you have in the game? And he said 2. 2? It took me, I was like shocked. I was like, you've been playing this game with only 2 balls for 9 years? I was like, wow. I said, well, anyways, you could use a new set, because those are old. They're not expensive, so buy a tube of brand new Silver Jet pinballs and load 3. 3 get loaded in. It's a 3-ball game, not a 2-ball game. So he a couple weeks later gets back to me, and he has the new balls in it. Everything's playing good, but he's having a new issue. So I said, yeah, what's up? So he again sends me a video. When he hits the start button, everything's good with the game. It's in the track mode. Hit the start button and it loads 2 balls into the shooter lane. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay. So I get on video chat with him again. I tell him to go into the diagnostic switch edge test, because he knows how to do it now, because I told him originally when he was checking the other switches. And the trough switches in the shooter lane and the out hole switches were all good. So I was thinking in the back of my head, I was like, there has to be more than 3 balls in there right now. So I asked him, I said, how many balls you have loaded in there now? Take a look. He said 5. 5? I said, holy crap, no wonder why you have 2 balls coming into the shooter lane when you hit the start button. I mean, think about it. You have 3 trough switches, you have a out hole switch, and a shooter lane switch, a total of 5. So when you have 3 balls, normally in a 3-ball game, when you have 3 balls resting in the trough, you have 3 switches that are making contact, that are closed. Because once the ball ends, it runs into the out hole, that hits a switch, and then a solenoid kicks the out hole ball into the back into the trough again. So technically, I tried to explain it to him. That's why you were getting 2 balls in the shooter lane, because think about it. If there's only 3 trough switches and you have 5 balls in there, when you hit the start button, it's going to load 1, but the other 3 are still closed, because that 4th one that was in the trailing part of the trough is now over trough switch number 3. That tells the game that it doesn't think that the ball's loaded into the shooter lane, so it kicks another one in there. So take all the balls, all 5 of them out, and load 3 in, and see how it plays. Lo and behold, boom, it works. He's happy. The game is fixed. And I kept signaling this to him. 3 balls only. 3. He started laughing. 3 balls, not 2, not 5, 3. It's a 3-ball game. And right after everything was done, he showed me a gameplay video. The game's working like a champ. Awesome. I'm able to communicate and touch base with people that are around the world and help them fix the machines. I love it. Thought I'd share that story. It was very cool. And I made a new friend too. It's pretty awesome. I posted it on my Facebook page about the circumstance with it. But it was pretty cool having to meet somebody and talk to somebody from Ireland and help him fix his game. It's pretty cool. Thanks for listening. Tune in for more episodes coming up. Pinball at the Beach is coming up February. I already got my tickets already. I'll be doing a lot of video footage in there. And we'll talk again soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon.